Hello, 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 hello. Hey, Valtopia. I'm Val Cripps, and I'm here today. I'm your energy guide and your mindset mentor. I'm your cosmic shamama, and I work with amazing, powerful, hey, Viviana, incredible, visionary, creative entrepreneurs around the world virtually to support you in building your businesses, your freedom in your life, your creativity, your expansion. And I have some amazing, hey, Paul, I have some amazing messages every day that I come through, and I am going to bring through today's message, and then I want to tune into some of you and read from the Soulful Woman deck. But for now, let's share this around and get some crew on here. And today I'm going to be talking about hidden, subconscious parts of you that want to be integrated. And this is really powerful because I talk about this stuff all the time, and there's always a new layer to understanding it. So let me copy this and share, and you can share too if you feel like it. Paul, how are you? What's happening? Oh, hey, Nicole, how are you? What's happening? So let me share this and then we'll get started. There's always new layers of this stuff that I want to share with you. And I show up every day because this stuff is powerful and it's life-changing. It's absolutely life-changing. The work that we talk about, everything that I talk about comes from my clients, comes from my real life, and it's important. So let me copy and paste the text here, and we're going to get started. So today's topic is integration is magic, cash infusion magic. Why is integrating making you more money? Let me tell you, we all have these upper limits and things going on. And I don't, a lot of my clients, myself included, we're very conscious and aware. And we say, oh, I'm in gratitude, and I do this, and I do my meditation, and I do my yoga, and why isn't it working? Integration, honey. You're not fully integrated. There's split energy. I'm guilty, we're all guilty, we're human beings living in a spiritual experience, and this is what the work is about. And some of us have been gifted with the ability to help you integrate and come into higher states of resonance and to leave behind the past. It's hard to let go. The mind, the ego mind, the inner child, parts of us want to hang on to the way it was and to throw it in our faces all the time and to keep going on and on about it. Here I'm sharing to my page. And it keeps us stuck. It keeps us stuck in kind of like a Groundhog Day kind of thing. So let me just share this to my timeline, and now I'm good. So how many of you watching resonate with this story of wanting to shift and wanting to change? Hi, Tracy. And wanting to shift into a new paradigm in your life where you're transcending whatever it is in your life currently that isn't aligned to your best interest and to your highest vision, and feel stuck or feel like you're on a little bit of a hamster wheel, right? And you may make a lot of strides and really show up for these shifts in many ways. And then there's parts of you where you're literally blindsided, like you can't actually see your own response to your attempts to expand. You can't even see how you're carrying the past into now. Hi, Tracy, how are you? And I really want to talk about this today because I just talked with a lovely woman for a while, a beautiful person that's been in my feed forever. And I want to talk about how you can have an experience where you get some healing and activation and open up, and then some bad shit happens and you get freaked out and you don't want to go past that. Has this happened to any of you where you've opened up to spiritual healing or creative healing? You've done some work to heal parts of you that felt pain or trauma, and then some more bad shit happened when you opened up. And now you're kind of feeling this like apprehension, like, oh, if I do that, then it's gonna mess me up. Or a lot of times what I have from clients when they begin with me is that when they tried to do this work, they got sick. They got sick, and then they thought, oh, this sucks. Why am I doing this? I can't keep up. Tracy says, yes. Tell me about it. I want you to describe it a little bit. Here's the thing. When you begin to open up and have activations, you want support to take you from the activation all the way through to the regeneration and recalibration. And the support comes beyond the energetic and cellular reboot that happens with somatic healing and shamama healing and the kind of healings that we do where we're doing energy frequency, where we shift the energy and release attachments, you then have to get your mindset on board. And you have to integrate parts of you that are very resistant to the change and that want to recreate what you've known and that are unwilling to go into the unknown and create unknown things that are really happy and abundant and awesome that you may not have experienced yet in your life. And your ego mind's like, nah, bitch, you don't get to have that, right? The mind is like, nah, this is what we've had. We've had this, and we've had this, and we've had this. And I know you want that, but you don't get that. You only get this, and this, and this. And your body keeps saying this, and this, and this. And your mind and soul is going, nah, I want the other thing. That's when you come to someone like me, and you get the clearing because you're staying trapped in the old story. Tracy says, I feel like I'm growing and more shit happens. I feel like I'm growing as a woman, and sexually I need monetary growth. Every time I feel like I'm growing, I have a monetary hit. Okay, so that's your pattern, right? We all have these patterns or limits. Like I can only get up to 70K and then that's my cutoff and I can't go over that. Like we have these places in our mind and our spirit and our body that feel beyond the level of acceptable and we can't even go way past that. And if we try to, we will have experiences where we feel like we're getting hit and that we're not allowed to expand past that point. Yeah, right? Right. And that part of you, Tracy, that is recreating the difficult situation. Hi, Sandy. That's the part that wants to be integrated, that wants to be witnessed, held, loved, and integrated. Integrated meaning you're not, a lot of times we do clearings and we delete things. We feel like, oh, I cleared that. It's gone. That doesn't work. I mean, obviously you want to clear attachments and you want to clear stale and stuck energy and you want to untangle parts of you that feel tight and wrapped around in emotion and attached to situations. But we want to allow ourselves to move beyond what we've known into the unknown with trust. And we do this by not cutting off things or clearing things. We do this by looking at those parts of ourselves that are dark. And I got to tell you, for some of us that are super gifted and expansive and creative and rebellious, because we're here to shift things, we don't want to hear that part of us. We reject, kick back, argue, sabotage the people that try to guide us and help us. I've done it. I've been in my sessions with my mentors and guides, and when they get to those touchy points, she kicks off. She argues. She's defensive. She doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to know. Like she's really trying to hold on to what she knew and think that that's all there is, and she's afraid to expand. That's where the integration comes in, where we honor the places inside of you that are feeling angry or sad or whatever. We're not just going to clear and delete that stuff and think that that's going to work. We're going to address those things and have that part of you become a part of your strength. When you have part of you that feels a wound, a deep wound, and it's still active within you and you haven't resolved it, when you do the work to integrate and heal that wound, that becomes a whole chunk of you, of your energy, of your body and your being, that's now part of you working at the, welcome to the party, not the one that's going, fuck you, I'm wounded, you ruined everything for me. It's like, oh, come on, like it's part of the team, right? You got to get that person, that part of you on board with the rest of you, so that everybody's coming together. And you don't have the experience that when the higher self expands and says, hey, we got to get out of the situation, we got to rise up beyond this, our standards are here. You don't have that part of you inside just kicking off and cock blocking you, basically, right? And so what do you do? What do you do if this is happening to you repeatedly? First of all, you want to take note of your cycles. You want to be highly aware of what's happening and look at it from a point of growth and evolution and understand that you didn't have this experience because that's all you're ever going to have. Even if it's happened to you 3, 4, and 5 times, that doesn't mean that that's all you're ever going to have. It's just an indication of where you've been. You get to shift into whatever you desire, and in order to break through past that limit that you've come to know, you're going to have to do some type of work to detach your mind, body, and being from what was and allow yourself to integrate into what is, what already is here on another plane existing for you. And obviously, I'm a guide and help. Well, I don't know why I say obviously. I guess because I know you guys watch me every day and have for years. But maybe you're new watching me. My work is this: is to work deeply, intimately, one-on-one with you in an immersive, powerful way, so that you truly integrate the parts of you that maybe nobody else has been able to guide you through. And I'm working with revolutionary, creative, visionary people that are doing things you're doing things nobody's ever done before. So it's an extra dose of confusion, because you might be looking at models that are out there and trying to adapt to even they may be revolutionary and different than anybody else, and you're still trying to copy them. That's not going to work for you, because you're an innovator, and what's coming through you is like nothing anybody's ever done before. And I love working with these kind of people, because I'm a super innovator and super creative, and I have the beautiful gift of not only clearing, which I feel right now someone's throat chakra popping like crazy, clearing the energetic blocks within you, the resistance that comes up energetically that tells your mind, hey, we can't go there, let's create a shift storm. We move through those time and again, expanding, recalibrating daily into higher levels of resonance to the part of you that does fucking know what to do and is way beyond this limit that you're at right now, and that it's fine. That part of you exists. That part of you exists and is right here within you right now. I can feel and see it with all of you. Hi, Gwen, welcome. Okay, Sandy. And so that part of you that's calling you, that part of you that does know, that does have the answers, that has moved beyond this feeling of limitation and the pain that you've had in the past, that part of you gets to be guiding the other part of you that wants to kick off and doesn't understand and doesn't believe and doesn't have faith. And you've got to bring that part of you on board. That's what this integration and healing work is about. And you can set your mindset all day and do affirmations, and you can even do activations and clearings. But if you don't do the work of recalibrating and integrating your mind, your body, and being into unison and collaboration of what you're being called to, you'll find yourself spinning in loops. And we have a lot of people going through this right now. We have a lot of people who have really shown up, invested, put themselves on the line to do light work or to share what they have or to be a freedompreneur, and they're caught in trauma loops, and wondering why they don't get to move beyond this space. I'm experiencing it in my own way all the time, and having to move beyond limits where my inner child and my ego's tripping over and over again, trying to cockbuck my higher self and my team of Valtopia, my elders that I got, my healing team. I got a whole crew, a whole posse that comes through when I work with my clients. And it's a daily process of dedication. And so that's why it gets complicated too, because it is a daily process. A lot of people think, well, if I do this thing, then I'll be able to relax and then it's all done. That is not living. That is not the way this works. You are an open vessel of change and love coming through your frequencies. And the more that you open up and align to being clear and connected to your own divine stream, then you allow that to come through. Tracy says, how do you integrate mind, body, and soul? The work that I do, I mean, you've worked with me a little bit, Tracy. You know how it works. Like we begin with the excavation of the deepest, like right now I'm activating, maybe it's yours, somebody's throat chakra, and you can feel the pain, like just poking, right? It's feeling all pokey right here. And that pokey feeling is a response to me as a shaman. And it's my job to trigger those of you that come to me and find out where the energy, yeah, you have to go all in. You have to go all in. And that's when you get the results that you desire. And yes, you do have to go all in. And that's why, Tracy, I always joke around about, you gotta get all in the hot tub. You can't be toe dipping. If you're dipping your toe in, well then you got a toe in. Put your whole self in, and you got your whole self in the hot tub. And it does get hot and bubbly in the hot tub, and you gotta know how to stay hydrated and nourished and keep yourself together and get out of the hot tub when it's time to get out and get back in when it's time to get in. I mean, I'm joking around, but each person is unique. And that's another thing why I always say, own your frequency. There's nobody like you. You have this incredible control panel and set of gifts that you were born with, and a mission and a purpose. I really believe every single one of us comes with a passion and a purpose. Some of us are more called to speak to more people and to show up more visibly and to do what we do. And some of us are meant to do things quietly behind the scenes. We all have our own calling and inclination that's suited to our face and our body and our history and our family and the society we live in. We're here to move and shift the energy. We're here to expand things, being ourselves. And my greatest dream and focus, I have kids. I don't want us to abandon our bodies. Do you know how many people are abandoning their bodies? They're on pills, they're fucked up, they feel powerless, they're checked out on TV. Okay, well, that's the masses. I'm not addressing the masses. I'm leading the leaders. I'm a leader. I'm leading the leaders. I'm working with those of you who have decided that your energy and frequency is vital, and you're here to wake yourself up and everybody around you, and you bring in innovation. You're breaking the status quo. You're ready to show up for your life and for life in general, for love and creativity and compassion and cosmic connection and our ability to be powerful creators. That's who I'm speaking to. And those of you that I'm speaking to in that light, you're not abandoning ship. You're not checking out. But guess what? When we do this work and we get stung and we feel that that didn't go so well, and we retract from the expansion that we were called to, what do you feel? Guilt, shame, regret, disappointment, depression, lack of trust in yourself? You got to get back in there, and you got to understand that it didn't work for you because there were more lessons to learn and there was more integration to do. And I understand that it's difficult because I've been on this journey for years and deeply on this journey from a spiritual standpoint and self-expression and expanding into being a visible leader to guiding others to their best deeply. And I still am, there's still parts of me that are really on lockdown inside because that's the way I was raised. And it's a matter of finding the people that unlock you. And I'm working with somebody that works with me very closely because there's some stuff that's been super resistant that didn't work. When it was too hands-off or too much of a group experience. And so I'm doing this work closely, one-on-one with those of you that are truly ready to expand into your highest self. And what's so exciting about the clients that I'm working with is, and I know you're watching, whether you're watching live right now or you're gonna watch the replay, you have a beautiful business and a passion and a purpose. Your systems and strategies are on point, and you've got this creativity and this intuition, and you know things are opening up for you, and you don't know how to integrate that. And you're afraid to integrate it because when you've tried, you've either gotten sick or it's been overwhelming or bad shit has happened, and your ego mind is like, we ain't got time for that. You don't have time to not address this. This is why you might be stuck in a point of stagnancy or a loop of bullshit that happens every time you try to expand. Your part of you doesn't believe you're allowed to. And so we got to do an intervention. And so I got a couple options for you. I've got the 5K 6-week glow up activation. This is a 90-minute deep dive where we're going to really get in there and address these parts of you that are hidden and subconscious, deeply buried. This isn't the part of you that you've worked on already. This is a part of you that's been like sneaky and hiding under the surface and is like, eh. We're gonna get in touch with that part of you that's like, ah, and bring that out of hiding, bring that out of the darkness into the light, into the whole of you. That's so much power. So much power of you brought to the table. This is why when people go through my clearings and stuff, they begin to have cash infusions and new connections and amazing results that they didn't have before. It's because there's parts of you that have been suppressed and hidden and actually been blocking you get brought to the table and into integration, and you have a much more cohesive energy about you and point of attraction and ability to manifest what you desire and to get past the physical pain that happens, the shift storms that happen when you call in what you truly desire. So first you want to get in there and come into deep awareness of what is happening for you and how it's playing out in your life, what patterns are going on. You want to be aware of your energy versus other people's energy. You want to learn to really ground. You want to learn how you connect into your inspiration and find that more deeply. Once you get into that state and begin doing the work of clearing, if you can find someone like me and listen to my clearings or have someone guide you, you want to do somatic or sound frequency, light healing, color healing, art therapy. You want to do something that connects both sides of your brain and allows you to create new neural pathways. And for those of you with trauma, which most of us have some sort of trauma, especially those of you that watch me, a lot of my clients have had terrible childhood trauma. And even though I'm not a licensed therapist, I've helped my clients move beyond years. People who've had therapists, meditation, yoga, spiritual guides, ayahuasca, they've done all kinds of shit. And that would come with me and it shifts. It shifts. The deep pain and the attachment to the old story and the decision over and over to keep recreating the same scenario that you don't fucking want, we shift that. We shift that. And that's why everything changes. There's a part of you that's been so resistant. We dig that up and integrate and reorganize. And so you want to find some way to do that. You want to find some way to come into awareness of yourself and move beyond where you've been. And that's going to be by, a lot of people are stopped unconsciously by fear and guilt and shame that manifests as a tightness in your body or a sickness or bullshit happening. And that stops you. You've got to move through the stop however you can. And that's what I'm here for. So the 6-week activation has a 90-minute deep dive where we're going to actually go through, detach your mind receptors, your energy to all of these unconscious perceptions and beliefs and programs that you've got running for yourself that tell you it has to be like this or you have to do that, or you don't even know that that's running. You don't even know that you're operating on that. So once you have that deep dive session, you're activated. And what does it mean to be activated? It means that you're no longer plugged into, your energy is no longer scattered all over the place, and you're cohesive within yourself. And now you're beginning to connect into your own inspiration and your own ideas and your own life force and your own nourishment. You begin to make decisions to up your standards in life, to have better boundaries. And that's the work that we do over the next 6 weeks, is the daily process of reorganizing your mind, body, and being to integrate into your next level of embodiment, the next level of you that gets way beyond the paradigm you're in right now that you've been running around in a loop. So I'm looking to work with clients who are ready to invest that 5K in full and jump in, and for the next 6 weeks, completely radically shift your mind, body, and being into a completely different paradigm. And it's a daily process. It's a daily process. There's going to be stubborn times where you want to shift back. There's going to be blowback that might come up. There's stuff that goes down. I'm here with you through all of it. And we move into another state of being. But at the end of the 6 weeks, it's like you look back and you're like, I can't believe I was So scared to do that, or can't believe how much, I doubled and tripled my investment. Fuck yeah, now I know how to do this for myself. Now I know how to ground and center. Now I'm much more aware of my energy. My clairs all opened up, my third eye, my mediumship, it's all open, and now I'm integrating that into my business. Now my business is an extension of my creativity and my ability to tap into the all that is and call in my soul clients. It's a whole thing. Now you're not on your own feeling like you're in this time loop of purgatory, recreating the same stupid Groundhog Day over and over again. Now you're coming into a whole nother state of being. So this program is available to you. I want you to apply on Valtopia.com, Valtopia.com. And I love the applications that are coming into my Gmail. I'll be checking them. And if you're aligned and it's more aligned for you, I have a gorgeous 4-month program, and I'm going to be going over that tomorrow. I'm going to describe the process of this beautiful 4-month program to those of you that are watching. So if you're watching this stream tonight and you're like, oh, I want to tune in tomorrow, tune in tomorrow. We're going to go over the 4-month overflow program. It's fucking amazing. It's 3 sessions a week and 4 months of, oh my God, weekly activations and clearings and daily recalibration. This is a complete reboot into a whole nother state of being. That's a 12K paid in full program. And those are my offerings right now. And if this is completely out of your range and you're watching this, you can always go to Valtopia.com and download my free guided meditation. I'm going to be updating it to a new one soon. If you've already downloaded the one that's there, have a go, have a look. And check out my blogs. I've been sharing blogs for every week for months and years even. And you can visit me on Instagram and go ahead and like my business page and share this stream if this meant something to you. And I'm so grateful for you joining me. And I look forward to meeting those of you that are going to come through and change your lives and integrate these parts of you that are actually feel like weaknesses or things you want to cut off or ignore. They're actually the source of your greatest strength and what's going to change your life. And we're going to integrate them into cash infusions, baby. So let's pull a card for this message today. I'm going to pull a question card. Then I definitely feel that throat chakra happening there. If you're watching this and your throat chakra feels tight, I want you to tell me. I want you to say, oh my gosh. Hi, Dawn. I want you to say, wait, my throat feels tight watching this. What's that about? What does that mean? Let's talk. Hi, Phil. How are you? So how do I feel when I'm authentic? And why can I be wealthy, right? How do I feel when I can be authentic and wealthy? Part of being authentic is trusting yourself and not worrying about external validation or connection, external validation to let you feel okay to be your real self. You can be your real self anyway and honor what comes through you. I'm doing great, Phil. It's good to see you. What's been going on? I want you to watch this live stream. I'm talking about integration. I've been in this business and helping so many people, and it's just so clear to me that many of us are holding on to past versions of ourselves, especially those of us that have been on the planet a little bit longer. It can be tricky business for us to release who we were and to let go of the identities and personas that have defined us in our lives. And that shit will hold on like a mofo. So find somebody like me who could do the somatic clearing, the energetic frequency reboot, the DNA activation, the mindset regeneration, and the daily lifestyle recalibration to let you become the version of you that you want to be, not the version of you that you used to be that was hanging on like a mofo. Tracy says, I love watching you. I may not be in the line to work with you right now, but I love that I'm always inspired by you. Thank you, Tracy. You totally blow stories out of the water. Validation. I can do this too. Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And it's up to us. You're burping now. Good. Yeah, I felt that. Yes, it will, Phil says. Yeah, each of us has the capacity to rise up into our greatest being. And there will be mind fuckery and there will be bullshit that happens. And we get to learn what our own bullshit is and move through it and do whatever you can to find that level of connection to your soul self, and let that guide you. Lean into that part of yourself. But honor and integrate those bitter, scared, fucked up-y parts of yourself. They are not to be denied. They are not to be suppressed. They are not to be deleted. They are to be integrated, because that part of you, once it's on board, is part of your greatest power. And I think a lot of the spiritual healing and clearing that we do leaves people stuck in these loops, and that's why we don't have the financial abundance, because you're sidestepping parts of yourself that need to come on board with the new plan in order to live this new paradigm that you're asking of yourself. You can't have like 75% of you in the new paradigm and 25% of you still chilling in the old one. That's going to keep, you know what I mean? So it's a process of really, really leaping into the next stage of you and allowing that to change your energy and change your timelines and change the dynamic. That's why, you know, we invest before we have the money, and then we make the money a week later or 2 weeks later. It's a process of trust. And I've had experiences where I've gotten that return right away, and others where I didn't. And the times that I didn't, I wasn't believing, and I wasn't having that level of faith, you know? And it happens. Hi, Ida, Inez, how are you? Look at this. Anger is my sacred ally. I listen to the messages within my anger and use it as a positive force for good. You know, I have a client that's been going through my coloring book that's on Amazon. You can get it for $8.88, the Expansive Coloring Journey. And she was finding, as she was coloring, and also she was going through the bundle that I sold on Thanksgiving. If you guys want that bundle, try me. It's a secret. Anyway, she was going through the bundle, and she found that all this anger, all this suppressed anger was coming up to the surface. And as the anger rose up, that had been, you know, many of us as women don't express our anger. And that's like a blanket over your desires and your needs, right? So as that anger was coming up, her passion started to come. Underneath the anger is your passion and your purpose for life. That's power. That's power. So do the work to lift up these emotions that are keeping you in a certain place. Hi, Beth, I love you. I'm so glad to see you. Do the work of digging deep. Don't let your triggers just keep you from moving into those parts of you that want to be witnessed, that want to be seen, heard, and integrated, because that shit will keep yanking you back to where you were and not let you move into new paradigms. Hey, girl. So that's what I'm talking about. Tracy, I love to see you on here and still, you know, loving on yourself and going through change. I know sometimes it can feel endless, you know, like I've done the work, I'm still doing the work, I'm still looping, what the fuck? And it's like, hang in there, stay the course. Every single loop that you did, there was another lesson you learned, and at any time, it can all shift into whatever you desire. And the parts of you that are resistant and stuck, those are the parts that are gonna actually help you move and shift. So do whatever you can to release and dig up. The parts of you that feel tight in your body are an indication of where that stuff is. You know, so if you go to do something and you find your whole body seizes up, look into that. What the fuck is that about? And see if you can find a way to clear it. And that's what I do. Getting your Christmas paintings on tonight. You're so creative. Oh, you always do those beautiful paintings. I love it. I'm so glad to see you. I want to talk to you. We need to talk. We need to talk. All right, so I'm going to pull an Arturian Light activation card just for fun. Ooh, look, we got the Abundance card. I love that. And the card that went flying over. Oh, look at Passion. We were just talking about that. Let your anger rise up and see the passion that's underneath, right? Yes, and I keep getting what I ask for. I just have to believe more. Yes, believe and receive, believe and receive, believe and receive. Tracy, when I was in my marriage and I was just beginning to learn all this stuff, I really let myself deeply fall into the belief. And I believed and I did receive. I received so much. And a lot of what I received wasn't actually money, but it was gifts and people guiding me and all this amazing stuff. So I think I'm gonna go live in Valtopia after this in the free group, because I just thought of something that I want you guys to help me with. And I'll tell you about it in there, and you guys can help me if you're around. So if you're in Valtopia, hey George, come on in. I'll go live for a few minutes in there, and I'll do a reading just for that group. But tune into your body. See, like somebody right now has a tight chest and throat, and that's an indication of places where you're not able to listen to yourself. And we got to believe in ourselves, and we got to believe in what isn't here yet. We're the creators of the future. We have kids, we have our lives, and we see what's happening out there, and each of us can tune in deeply to our own ability to create peace within, and the amount of energy and beauty that creates is exponential. So anything you can do to master your own energy and vibration and resonance and decision making from a place of integrity is huge. You change the world when you do that. Tracy says, yes, I need food, and people showered on me. It isn't money, but so much generosity. Good. Well, that's an indication that you're opening up to receive. So the money thing is just a mind fuck, Tracy. Find out where, in your dig deep into your story, find out where your body says, I'm not allowed to have that. If you've got stuff here, those are witchy wounds from the past. If you can't feel your lower chakras, then you need to ground. There's all kinds of things you can do to get to know your vessel and how it's operating with the energies, and to tune into your own cosmic stream as you're connected to others. It's so powerful. And this is why I'm guiding powerful entrepreneurs to integrate their spirituality into their business. Because those of you that are super logical and system-based, but you're opening up to your creativity, are afraid. You're afraid to use that part. And it's like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's integration. It's integration of parts of you that you have a wounds and fear about expressing, because somewhere inside of you think you'll be killed for it, or you're not allowed to do it, or people will judge you. And it's actually what you're being called to do. And it's actually what's going to make you more efficient, more elated, and more ecstatic in your life, because it's natural and it's part of you. And when we suppress parts of ourselves, that feels like shit, right? So, with that in mind, let's pull one last card for the road. Almost over last week's Snot Fest. Anybody else had the Snot Fest from the change of the seasons? Let's see what comes through here. I like this music. Listen to this funky music. Let's get it. Come on now. Ooh, look, manifesting. Manifesting. Look, you can't see these with the light. What do? What's the point? I'll just tell you. Manifesting, personal growth, throat chakra, I feel it. Oh no, heart chakra, I feel that too. Abundance, we got the abundance card twice. Hello, everybody watching this live stream, you've been blessed. Believe in yourself. The crown chakra, I feel a lot of that. Rejuvenation, declutter. Decluttering is one of the most powerful ways to begin a fresh process of rebirth. You will go through rebirth after rebirth after rebirth. Each good rebirth starts with a decluttering and then a process of soul writing, right? Yes, Beth, bring in the abundance, right? Decluttering your life. I know, you've been through so much this year, so much change. I love you. Thank you all for joining me. It's been a long day. I've been working all day and on the phone. I've had calls since 8 o'clock this morning. I'm so grateful to have this platform. And listen, I believe fully in everything I do. I've served hundreds of people. The work that I do is powerful. For those of you watching this replay that are watching this by yourself, and you're a powerful entrepreneur who really needs a boost in your business, a level of cash infusion, it's time to invest in the Valtopia Glow Up. It's $5K for 6 weeks, or you could do the 4-month overflow for $12K paid in full. This is the kind of work that is an investment. This is not like, oh, it'd be nice to go play with Val and paint. No. This is a life-changing alchemy and transformation. This is an investment in your business. This is about you making more money than you've ever made. This is about you having relationships with soul clients. This is about you expanding your business in ways that you've been guided to into your vision. This is fucking huge, and it's worth every penny, and it's life-changing. I want you to go to valtopia.com and apply. And if we make it through the application and we're aligned, let's get started. I love you guys. Those of you that watch me all the time and are part of my family, and for all of you new, welcome to Valtopia. Come on into my free group, and I'll see you on the next stream. Own your frequency. There's nobody like you. Bring it. See you next time.